Lesson 2. Uncle Podger hangs a picture. Uncle Podger hangs a picture is a humorous story. This story has been adapted from Three Men in a Boat, written by Jerome K. Jerome. Uncle Podger is a very funny character in the story. There is always a hue and cry whenever he undertakes a job at home. He makes everyone busy at home doing that particular job. This humorous incident occurs when he decides to hang a picture. Whenever Uncle Podger undertook a job at home, there was a lot of commotion. One day, a picture came from the frame makers. It was in the dining room, waiting to be put on one of the walls. Aunt Podger asked, "Who is going to hang the picture?"
"Oh, you leave that to me,"
said Uncle Podger.
"None of you should worry about that. I'll put it up."
And then he began. He sent the girl out for 6 penny worth of nails, and then one of the boys after her to tell her what size to get.
"Now, will you go and get my hammer?"
he shouted.
"Tom, you bring me the rule. I shall want the stepladder, and I better have the kitchen chair too. Tim, you run round to Miss Goggles and borrow his spirit level. And don't you go, Maria, because I shall want somebody to hold the light. When the girl comes back, she must go out again for a bit of picture cord. And Tom, where's Tom? Tom, you come here. I want you to hand me up the picture."
And then he lifted the picture and dropped it. It came out of the frame. He tried to save the glass and cut himself. Then he hopped round the room looking for his handkerchief. He couldn't find it because it was in the pocket of the coat and he had taken off. But the problem was he did not know where he had put the coat. All the house had to stop looking for his tools and start looking for his coat. While they were doing so, he bullied them.
"Doesn't anyone in the house know where my coat is? I never came across such a set in all my life. Upon my word, I didn't. 6 of you, and you can't find a coat that I took off not 5 minutes ago. Well, of all the—"
Then he got up and found that he had been sitting on it.
"You can give up,"
he called out.
"I have found it myself. Might just as well ask the cat to find anything as expected you people to find it."
And when half an hour had been spent in trying up his finger, and a new glass had been brought as well as the tools, the ladder, the chair, and the torch, he had another go. The whole family, including the girl and the chairwoman, stood round in a semicircle, ready to help him. 2 people had to hold the chair, a third helped him on it and hold him there. A fourth handed him a nail, and a fifth passed him up the frame. He took hold of the nail and dropped it.
"There,"
he said in an injured tone.
"Now the nail's gone."
And we all had to go down on our knees and hunt for it, while he stood on the chair and complained.
"I want to know,"
he said,
"if I am to be kept here all evening."
The nail was found at last, but that time he had lost the hammer.
"Where's the hammer? What did I do with the hammer? Great heavens! 7 of you just hanging round there, and you don't know what I did with the hammer."
We find the hammer for him, but by then he had lost sight of the mark he had made on the wall where the nail was to go in. Each of us tried to help him, but to no avail. He used a bit of string trying to reach a point beyond what possible for him to reach. The string slipped and down he slid on the piano, a really fine musical effect being produced by the suddenness with which his head and body struck all the notes at the same time. After almost an hour, Uncle Podger got the spot fixed again. He put the point of the nail on it with his left hand and took the hammer in his right hand, and with the first blow he smashed his thumb and dropped the hammer on somebody's toe. Aunt Maria heaved a sigh and said, "Next time I want to be told when Uncle Podger is going to drive a nail into the wall. I'll go and spend a week with my mother while it is being done."
Oh, you women, you make such a fuss over everything.
Uncle Podger said.
I like doing a little job like this.
About midnight, the picture was up, very crooked and insecure, and everybody very tired and miserable except Uncle Podger.
There you are,
he said, stepping heavily off the chair onto the charwoman's corns and surveying the mess he had made with pride.
Why some people would have paid a man to do a little thing like that?